What's up, guys? Okay, so now for the good stuff. Let's talk about the Javelins. Dem exosuits though. Oh girl. In the 123 questions, rapid fire questions that Game Informer asked Mark Dara, the links will be in the description. They asked him about how many Javelins were available at launch. He said 4, the 4 that we've seen already. He also mentioned that maybe there will be more later on. They range between 7 feet and 9 feet, I would guess. When it comes to the Javelins that they had, the physical ones at EA Play, which I thought were super cool. They had people standing on stilts, and I believe they were about 7 feet tall. You don't feel the size though. That's one of the things that I'm kind of sad about, that you don't really feel the size of the exo. When you're walking around in the market and you see these exos, they look taller than humans. They don't look much taller like mechs, but they do look kind of big, right? But when you're playing as the Javelin, when the gameplay, I feel like they should have made it look a little bit bigger. It looks like Commander Shepard, the size, because you know Shepard's got all the armor and helmet and stuff. It doesn't look any bigger than Shepard, just so that you can feel that you're in an exosuit and not just armor. So the starting exosuit is the Ranger. I think they give you the Ranger first because it is the all-around general suit, neutral vanilla Javelin. Later on, you start to unlock the other Javelins, which are the Colossus, the Interceptor, and the Storm. The Colossus is straight up tank, heavy armor, although the Ranger does have heavy armor as well. The Interceptor, we basically just know how it looks. I'm thinking they're following a formula of their previous games. The Colossus is a tank, the Ranger is an all-rounded class, the Interceptor is a light armor, and I'm thinking the Interceptor is probably like a rogue. It's probably the fastest moving Javelin because it's sleek, it doesn't have too much accessorizing, it's straightforward, it looks like it's meant for fast combat. The Storm, I think, is very much like your mage. It wields elemental powers. There's got to be a sniper. I don't know if it would be the Storm or if it would be the Interceptor. To me, it kind of makes sense that it would be the Interceptor. I still don't know what I would play. I definitely am thinking between the Storm and the Colossus. I really like the idea of those two. I like how they look like. The Storm also is light armor, so the Interceptor and the Storm are light armor. I thought that you chose your Javelin in the beginning when you were creating your character. I thought the Javelins were like classes. They are like the classes, but you get to switch and choose, and you know, you could rock your Ranger at one point, and then you could be like, oh, for this mission I'm gonna do a Colossus. As long as you've unlocked those Javelins, I think early on you will unlock them. I don't think it's gonna be like, you know, way later. You're not gonna be able to play as a Colossus until like who knows when. Being able to change your Javelin, I was like, I kind of want to just specialize in something, and you could if you want to. You could level each of them separately. It kind of reminds me of Overwatch. You know, you have people that choose to be their mains. You know, they'll main Reinhardt or something, or they'll main Tracer, and then every now and then when they feel like they need to, it's like, okay, well, I'm kind of okay with Reaper, and then they'll switch and stuff. All of the Javelins can equip 2 weapons and 2 types of gear, but certain types of gear are Javelin specific. So like, for example, Mark Dara was saying that a Colossus cannot equip a pistol, and I think there are specific weapons and specific gear that you could mix and match. For example, the Colossus is the only one that can have mortars and the flamethrower, and depending on what Javelin you choose, you could alter your loadout by leveling up in different areas. So each Javelin has their ability tree, because not only do you have weapons and gear, but you also have abilities. Like we saw in the gameplay for this past EA Play, there was 2 Colossus, but they're both leveled up differently. Customization for the Javelin is the biggest part when it comes to customization for this game. It's not the face or the character creator. When you're in the Javelin, that's when you see your character. When you're out of the Javelin, you don't see your character, so it's first person. But cutscenes are third person. So you could have paint jobs on your Javelin. You could even add bits and bobs that will change the silhouette of the Javelin. I was like, ooh. I'm wondering if you could change helmets. If you decide to change your Javelin, if you're like, you know what, I'm not gonna play the Colossus this time around, I'm gonna play the Storm, you could change at Fort Tarsis or the Strider, that walker, that mobile base that you have, but you can't switch mid-mission. Right now that I'm talking about the aesthetics and the customization, I wanna mention microtransactions because they did talk about microtransactions in the panel on the stage at EA Play, which I thought was a good thing because a lot of people have been questioning it. It's just been a worry on people's mind, especially with what happened with Battlefront. So it was good that they addressed it early on, and they said that microtransactions are only going to be cosmetic. So no pay for power. It won't give you a better ending or whatever. It won't, I don't know, attract them ladies or them boys or them aliens. This is 2018. Person inside the Javelin, you could level them up too, and that will open up new doors as to how you function in a Javelin. Skills apply universally to all Javelins. They're really working on combos. They really want to urge players to do combos, to play together, and combos have always been a thing with Bioware. Combos in Dragon Age 2 were just beautiful. Every time I got that correct, like I would put it in the menu, I'd be like, okay, when this happens, Meryl will do this. You would basically give the AI those instructions, and when it would execute, it was, you know, let's say I would do a shield bash and I'd just be waiting. I would be like, come on Meryl, please hit it. You would have to hit it between a specific amount of time to catch the combo. So I would do a shield bash, and then Meryl, I would just be waiting, and then I'd see the electricity go boom, and then everything just goes poof, and you'd see all these crazy damage numbers, and you'd hit the combo, and it was like, yes, it was so satisfying. It's gonna be like it was with Final Fantasy XI. I played Final Fantasy Online. Everybody needs to be watching what everybody's doing. It's not just a beat 'em up, it's not just a hack and slash. You need to be seeing what your party members are doing, because the combo, if it's like the other games, there's only a specific amount of time. There's a pocket where if you miss that pocket, you miss the combo. If it's your turn, you need to go, and then the other person goes, and then they activate this combo that just does immense damage, and that's how you take out huge monsters, because there are big monsters in Anthem. The environment, you kind of interact with what's going on in the environment as well. Like for example, this big spider thing that came out at the end of the E3 demo. It's called the Swarm Tyrant. It shoots webbing at you, and if you get hit by the webbing, you can't move because you're wrapped up in webbing. But the Colossus can have a flamethrower. So if the Colossus comes and sees that you're webbed up, the Colossus could burn the webbing away from you, and then you can move. I just thought maybe the Interceptor is like a healer. Let me know in the comments down below what you think each Javelin's ability is, what their job is. Another thing that I saw in the gameplay that really intrigued me, I was like, after a fight, one of the rangers is you could see the ranger from the back, and I was like, wait a minute, the Javelin is sparking. Do you get damaged? That's gonna be so cool. I mean, as annoying and frustrating as that is in game, when you are playing that thing, you're like, shoot, my Javelin is breaking. I hate when there's no consequence. I don't want to feel like the superhero. As much as you look like Iron Man and you've got a lot of abilities that Iron Man has, I want to know that I can break. I want to know that I need to be careful. I don't know, like maybe your rockets get messed up and you're like, shoot, I don't have rockets or something. You know, it starts sparking, and then later you have to go to the Strider and get it fixed by, I don't know, maybe Haddock or something. Maybe he fix it, or Halleck. What's his name? Halleck or Haddock? Haddock is a fish. Halleck or Faye, I don't know who is the one that fixes your Javelin. but they have to fix it or something. I don't know if it's just an aesthetic thing where it's like, yeah, your Javelin's gonna work the same, it's just a little sparky here and there after a fight for a given amount of time. But I like those kinds of details, especially when they actually mean something. It could open the doors to so many possibilities, and I'm just really pissed off right now because the previous thing that I just recorded, my microphone wasn't on, so I really apologize for the audio for that past thing. But I don't even know. I'll just move on. But that's pretty much it when it comes to the Javelins. Again, the Ranger, the Colossus, the Interceptor, and the Storm. Let me know in the comments down below which is your favorite so far, and what role do you think the Interceptor and the Storm have. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later.